My name is Joseph Kao. Welcome to Exploring Trance, and in this video I'm going to give you a 5-step technique for dealing with limiting, stuck emotional patterns like chronic anxiety, shame, anger, any kind of emotional pattern that you've noticed recurring in your life in an unhelpful way, where it's driven you to worry unhelpfully about things or to feel like you might be judged negatively by other people. So, social anxiety and shame often go hand in hand, feeling like you're no good, or feeling enraged and hot-headed and losing your temper in situations where objectively you're blowing things out of proportion. So it's a very broad range of emotions that this technique works with, and it's not the answer to life, the universe and everything. It's not the miracle instant cure for anything that ails you, but it is one valuable tool. It's something that I've found very, very helpful in working with clients as a hypnotherapist, and in also working with my own emotions and helping to make changes in myself. It comes from a variety of sources. It comes from acceptance commitment therapy, from NLP, from the work of Stephen Gilligan and Ericksonian hypnosis. So there's a lot of sources for how and where this technique comes from. But the essence of it is really quite simple. It's about learning to be kind but firm with yourself. In other words, it's about reconciling those two opposites of how much do you allow yourself to feel what you feel, how much do you allow yourself to be simply who you are in this moment, to feel the shame that you might feel, to feel the anxiety that you might feel, the anger. How much do you allow yourself to feel how you feel? And at the same time, how much are you actively working in a disciplined, persistent, focused way to become who you want to be, to transcend, to move beyond limiting emotional patterns. So, and those are two opposites in some ways. They pull in different directions. There's relaxing into the here and now and being present with your emotions, and then there's having that focused future orientation for becoming who you want to be. And both have their value, both have their worth. It's important to be present with your emotions, and it's important to have a positive future orientation for who you want to be becoming, for the direction you want to be moving in life. So, honouring both aspects of how to heal and how to change and how to work with yourself by allowing yourself to be who you are and allowing yourself to have a positive future orientation for who you want to be in the future is something that I've more and more found to be essential in working with both other people therapeutically and in working with myself. It's essential really to making changes that last, because it's about treating yourself decently and being firm with yourself. It's about being kind, allowing yourself to feel what you feel, and being firm and focused about the direction you want to be moving in, about living in a way that's true to your values. The technique, in a nutshell, is: number one, notice where in your body you feel the particular emotion that you want to work with, that you want to be changing. It's easier to do this if you're not caught up in the heat of the moment. So in other words, if there's a situation that makes you feel really, really anxious, like trivially, it could be seeing a spider, it could be before giving a talk in public, whatever, you might be too caught up in the moment to begin doing this technique. It might be too overwhelming in the moment. So ideally, you want to do this in a place where you can close your eyes, take some time out, relax and focus, and do it ahead of time, so that you've begun to make the changes already by the time you enter that situation. So taking some time out in a place where you can safely focus inside you bring to mind a particular situation where you felt that particular emotional pattern, and you just tune into your body. You notice, where do you feel that inside? Do you notice a sensation in your abdomen, in your chest, in your head, somewhere else in your body? Where do you notice it? And it might not be where you first, or your attention first goes to. For example, I was working with a guy the other day on anger issues, and he was talking about the tension that he gets in his jaw when he's angry. But that wasn't where he first felt the feeling. That was just what he was most aware of when he was angry. I got really tense in my jaw. But actually the anger itself, or the feeling itself, was more of a heat that was kind of in his neck and down in his chest. It was like there was an anger, a sense of anger that was moving up from his chest and through his neck and then into his jaw. And so we traced the feeling back to the center of his chest. And that's the point where we began to work with it and where it began to dissolve as an emotional pattern within him. So there's a lot more obviously we could say about this, but the essence of it, step one, is really, really simple. Just feel where you feel that feeling most when you're in that situation. So you take yourself into the situation where you feel that emotion in your mind and just notice, tune into your body, notice where you feel that most. And step two, welcome the feeling. Relate to your own emotions in a kind, decent, human way. So really, with compassion, with kindness, allow yourself to feel what you feel. So you tune into where the feeling is and you simply sit with it, you welcome it, you breathe into it. Sometimes I like to say to myself, or encourage the person I'm working with to say to themselves, to just say welcome to that emotion. To say welcome, welcome, welcome. And when you relate to yourself decently and humanly and kindly in this way, things already start to soften inside. It's like a part of you feels listened to. And I don't know if we can say that there really is a part of you that's being listened to in that moment. You know, in some ways we're an integrated whole. It's not that there's a part of us that's separate from the rest of us. But when you relate to yourself with compassion and kindness, that's how it feels. It feels like a part of you that wants to be heard is finally being heard. The anger is finally being listened to. And just in the same way that when you relate to someone else with kindness and decency, perhaps someone who hasn't been listened to for quite a long time, that can change the whole dynamic of the communication, the whole dynamic of the relationship. They finally feel heard, and that can allow them to soften and to communicate with more honesty and simplicity. So you welcome what you're feeling, and you can, step three, really begin to relax with that feeling. Relax into it, relax around it, relax beneath it. So you notice that the sensation itself it's not all of who you are. That there's space all around that sensation, there's space beneath it, space within it. That you can really relax with your own feelings. And so already you're profoundly shifting the relationship that you have with that feeling. Rather than being caught up in it, rather than feeling that you are that feeling, you're simply relaxing with it from a place of compassion, from a place of quiet reflection. You're simply relaxing with it, relaxing into it. And step four is to simply be patient. To not rush the process, to let yourself feel what you feel. and to breathe and to relax and to keep going. And what happens is what happens. Sometimes you might start to feel a real wave of expansion and release flowing through your body. Sometimes you might begin to feel like you're receiving a message from that emotional aspect of yourself, and maybe memories come to mind, and you can breathe with them, relax with them, and just keep going and let it be a meditative experience of sitting with your own experience and breathing with it, relaxing into it with kindness and compassion. So step 4 is simply keep going, be patient, keep going, be patient. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. And then finally step 5 is about honouring that different aspect of yourself. The aspect of yourself that has a very focused, firm, positive, definite future orientation. The part of you, the aspect of yourself that says, this is who I want to be. This is the kind of person that I want to be. These are the values that I want to be living my life by. And so in step 5, you begin to run through in your mind how you want to be acting the next time that this kind of situation comes around. And you can repeat that several times in your mind, seeing yourself from the outside, acting in the way that you want to be, acting in a way that's true for who you are as a person, for who you want to be becoming as a person. You can see yourself from the outside doing it, you can get a sense of what it's going to be like to be acting differently in a way that's much more in accord with your own values and with who you are. So you rehearse that in your mind several times so that you give the whole experience a positive future orientation. So I'll just run through those 5 steps one more time. Step 1, take yourself in your mind, in your imagination, into a situation where you felt that particular emotional pattern that you want to change. And notice where you feel that sensation most in your body. Notice where the location of it is. Step 2, welcome it. Say welcome to it with kindness, with compassion, welcome it. Be human, be decent with yourself, with your own experience. Step 3, relax into it, relax around it, relax beneath it. Allow it to become a deeply relaxing meditative experience where you breathe and relax into the feeling. Step 4, be patient, keep going. Be patient, keep going. Be patient and be open to whatever emerges, whatever happens. And then step 5, give the whole thing a positive future orientation so that whatever's happened, whatever you've experienced, whatever's softened or opened or changed inside, you channel all of that into who do I want to be becoming, how do I want to be acting the next time that a situation like this comes around. How can I be true to my values? How can I be true to who I want to be as a person? Now underneath this video you'll find a free meditation which will take you through this process so that you can get more and more of a felt sense of how to work with yourself in this way. So if you're interested in that, take a look beneath this video, and there will be more videos like this to come in the days and weeks ahead. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.